Hey, good morning. It's the Morning Mindset once again. I am Kerry Green from livebuildchange.com. If you're not familiar with Live Build Change is oriented toward helping you live your faith. That's the first part, the live part. And we mean it in a sense of authentically living your faith. It's not just having a wishful thinking kind of faith. It's faith based in the truth of what God has done for you through Jesus Christ, and then applying that truth, living it out day to day, seeing yourself get stronger in faith, stronger in your relationship with God and the implications that has on your life. But we're also here to live your faith, build your business. So if you're oriented toward building a business, we want to help you do that. That's my goal. But not just build a business for the sake of building a business. Build a business to change the world. That's the change part of the Live, Build, Change. And these morning mindset editions of the podcast is every single morning of the year. I want to give you an episode to help you get your thinking straight, because as you think, that's how you're going to go. Nothing determines the course of your life besides God more than your thinking. And so your morning mindset is vital. When you wake up, you need to have your head on straight. And you need to get it on straight if it's not on straight. And that's what we're trying to do in these episodes. I've been looking at Ephesians chapter 1. And Paul is unpacking a prayer that he has said, that he says regularly for these believers who live in this town of Ephesus. And he's been telling them what he prays. He says he prays that they will know the immeasurable greatness of God's power toward them. It's the same kind of power that God used when he raised Jesus from the dead and seated him at his right hand in the heavenly places. So not only did he raise Jesus from the dead, he brought him all the way to heaven where God lives and abides and dwells, and sat him at his right hand. That's a place of authority. And it says in verse 21 of chapter 1, Jesus is far above all rule and authority and power and dominion, and above every name that is named, not only in this age, but also in the one to come. Now, what difference does that make for our morning mindset? Well, when we say we are Christ followers, Christians, we need to know who it is we're saying that we're following. It's not just the Jesus who was born in a manger on Christmas morn. It's not just the Jesus who lived a perfect life for 3.5 years on this planet. It's not just the Jesus who did many miracles. It's not just the Jesus who hung on the cross and bled and died and paid the price for our sin. It's not just the Jesus who ascended into heaven. It is the Jesus who does sit in heaven and is above, superior to, all rule, all authority, all power, all dominion, and every name that is named, not just in this age, but also in the age to come. The point is, the Jesus we follow is the ruler of everything. What implications does that have for your life? I mean, say it out loud to yourself right now. What implication does that have for your life, that Jesus is the ruler of everything, and he's the one that you claim to follow? What comes to my mind right away is that my obedience to him is more important than anything else in my life. He is the king. I need to obey the king. Not just because he's the king, but because he's a good king and he loves me. He's given his life for me. How could I not follow him in obedience? Well, I know how not, because I get tempted and I'm weak and I give in. But this is a mindset issue. We've got to set our minds toward obedience. We've got to set ourselves toward complying with his will for our lives. That's part of our morning mindset. So today, in whatever you face, whether it's a difficult meeting or a crisis in your family or a tragedy that's happened, start out by setting your mind toward obedience. I will obey Jesus because he is the King of all, and he's my King. Make it personal. Start out your day there. I'm Kerry Green from livebuildchange.com. I will see you tomorrow.